Okay, before we dive into our functions unit, we need to transition from using one variable, x, to using two variables, x and y. So let's talk about that for just a moment. So far this year, to review, we have been using our properties of real numbers and inequality and equality to isolate a variable, usually x, for the purpose of determining whether the equation or inequality we were working with has 0, 1, 2, or infinitely many solutions. And we graphed, when we did graph, we graphed on this axis alone, the x-axis, with positive numbers going to the right and negative numbers going to the left. And we would plot our point, closed circle or open circle, and then the solutions went in one direction or another for a single inequality. Well, now we're going to add an axis. This is our friend, the y-axis. And it is vertical. It goes up and down. The positive numbers go up on into infinity, and the negative numbers go down to negative infinity. So now that we've got these two, not only do we have two variables, but it's important to consider that now they have a relationship to each other, all right? And I want you to start to wrap your brain around this vocabulary because we're going to be using it a lot. And it looks like this. Your x is going to be referred to as the input. It is the independent variable. And all of this will begin to make more sense as we move forward. Y is the output. It is dependent on whatever x is. And once again, this will make more sense to you as we move forward in the future. But for right now, let's just concentrate on just wrapping our brain around this. So the way that we plotted points on the x-axis is we found our point, we drew the correct circle, and then we drew a line. Well, in the coordinate plane, you plot points. You plot two separate points. And this is what that looks like. This is called a coordinate pair because they are plotted in the coordinate plane. So you find x first, that's why x is listed first, and then you find y, and you draw a point. So let's try this together. So here we have 3, 5. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 on the x-axis, and then I'm going to count 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here I'm going to draw a dot. That's my point. This naming convention, this coordinate pair, let me write that down. Is equivalent to this dot right here. Okay, and once again, These things will make more sense to you as we move forward. So, to recap, this is a coordinate plane. It has two axes. It has the x-axis, which is horizontal, and it's got the y-axis, which is vertical. You graph in the coordinate plane by plotting points. And you do that by looking at a coordinate pair of points, x, y, and you find your x first, you count your x, and then you count your y, and you draw a point. So let's go practice plotting some points in the coordinate plane. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in